Timmy was a big fan of the superhero Spider-Man. One day, he wore a Spider-Man costume to a costume party. While at the party, he caught a glimpse of another guy sitting in the corner by himself, asleep. Timmy thought the man must have been drunk and had fallen asleep. The man caught his attention because he was also wearing a Spider-Man costume. They were the only two people wearing Spider-Man costumes at the party. Timmy walked closer to the sleeping man and examined his costume. He found that the guy's costume was in really bad condition. There was a huge rip on the left shoulder and 2 holes on the right legs. The costume was also quite dirty, and the guy looked like he had just been beaten up. Many places on the costume were damaged. Timmy grew uneasy and went into the kitchen to tell the host of the party about the sleeping man. The host was curious and walked to the corner with Timmy to check on the man. However, to Timmy's surprise, the man was gone, and they couldn't find him anywhere. After the party, Timmy took an Uber home. He was quite drunk from the party and fell asleep in the car. He was suddenly jolted awake by a sharp pain on his face. Timmy realized he had been punched in the face. When he opened his eyes, he saw a man had pulled him out of the car and was punching and kicking him repeatedly. Laying on the ground, Timmy screamed in horror and begged the person to stop hitting him. Eventually, the person started talking. It turned out that the Uber driver knew Timmy very well. Timmy had borrowed a large sum of money from the driver, but he had never paid him back. The driver had tried calling and visiting Timmy several times, but he always managed to avoid him. Eventually, Timmy changed his phone number and moved to a new place, and the driver had lost all hope of getting his money back. As Timmy stumbled into the Uber car in his Spider-Man costume, the driver recognized his voice and suspected that he had finally found Timmy. He drove Timmy to an empty parking lot and removed his Spider-Man mask, confirming that it was indeed Timmy. Fueled by anger and frustration over the unpaid debt, the driver pulled Timmy out of the car and began punching and kicking him mercilessly. Timmy begged for forgiveness and admitted that he would return the money he owed the Uber driver. The driver took Timmy's new phone number and address and finally let him go. Timmy stumbled home, with many wounds on his body. After he washed his bruised face and looked at himself in the bathroom mirror, he suddenly felt uneasy. He noticed that his Spider-Man costume had a huge rip on the left shoulder and 2 holes on the right leg. It was also very dirty with many other damages. He realized that his costume looked exactly like the one the other guy was wearing at the party. The damages on the costumes were exactly in the same places. Was the guy at the party actually Timmy himself? Did he travel back in time to warn himself about the Uber driver? He may never know the answer.